So today is a special evening, day after Hansadutta's departure, and I thought to seek out some quotes, like conversations that Hansadutta Prabhu had with Prabhupada. There are many letters. He's like he's one of the devotees that joined later on in his lifetime. Like he went to the army, he was a cook in the Navy, he sailed all across the Atlantic, like a lot of life experience. And with life experience, we cannot deny that some gravity and depthness comes. And yeah, you can really feel that in his relationship with Prabhupada, a lot of gravity, a lot of seriousness. And all his letters are full of many, many deep questions and answers. What do you say, Bhakta Keith? Prabhu, interpret that?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's dive into Prabhupada's internet and see what we're gonna find. But I'm gonna do it really cinematic. I'm gonna share the screen and some of you want to get the database, you can do it on krishnapath.org. The instructions there how to apply it. Either you have a Mac or you have a PC. So there are audio transcripts and letters. So Hansadutta. Okay, how do I think I don't know how to spell his name. Hansadutta. Hansadutta Swami. Nayana Patagami Bhavatuni. Okay, wow. Look how many times Hansadutta appears in Prabhupada's conversations.
Wow.
It's epic. This already starts in a good mood.
Yeah.
108 times.
108? Oh,
yeah, exactly 108 times. In Prabhupada's conversations and letters.
Yeah.
I marked the letters too and the conversations. Wow, that's really auspicious.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's
a coincidence.
Okay, some of them are Vyasa Pujas. Yeah, there is a short Vyasa Puja. We can read how Hansadutta glorifies Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Paraya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Offer my respectful obeisances on to Swami A.C. Bhaktivedanta. That's before they would call Prabhupada. It's in 1968 in Montreal.
Yeah.
Park Avenue. Have you seen the temple? The old temple where it was on
yeah.
Park Avenue?
They go down there once a year.
Yeah. The tilak is still there.
Yeah.
You saw. It's
yeah.
pretty cool. I all the time, like I will take the 80 bus down to downtown through Park Avenue, and all the time I'll see the tilak there. It's still there. I wonder who drew that. Maybe Hansadutta.
Could be. Yeah. Yeah, the old bowling alley. Used to be a bowling alley back in the day.
And underneath there was a karate school or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
When I first saw Swami, I was in New York when the temple first opened, and I was so foolish that I thought, just an old man, what he could possibly know. And so I went away, but Krishna was so kind that a year later, he frustrated every attempt at enjoying this material world, this material nature, and he brought me to the temple somehow or other. At this time, Swamiji was in California, but the devotees had so much grace that Swamiji presence wasn't even required. That the spiritual master, Swamiji himself, magnanimous, he is like a touchstone. That all the boys in New York had become so full of grace that I myself was able to appreciate it and think, oh, these boys and girls so nice, that how much nicer could that spiritual master be? He must be so wonderful. This is a really nice realization of how important it is to how we represent our spiritual master simply in our niceness.
Yeah.
That I simply stayed. Oh, this is nice. I didn't have much intelligence. I didn't even know that it was God that I was looking for. I just wanted to feel nice. So all these boys were feeling so nice. So let me stay here. And then I learned, oh, this is what, just like what I learned when I was a little boy about God, is the same thing. It is not any different. And I've changed some old things, but by Krishna's grace, he gave me the intelligence that yes, there is no way you can go. What? Someone join us? Yes, there is no way you can go without God. You can think that way, but actually it is simply miserable. So by the grace of the spiritual master, my eyes have been opened, and I feel that all of our eyes have been opened, and we now owe everything to Swamiji. We owe our life, our intelligence, our wealth, our strength, everything, and try to enumerate or try to glorify the spiritual master in this. I'm sitting here trying, but this is difficult, and I know I'm feeling that the only way to really glorify the spiritual master is to serve him, and no amount of words can say how wonderful he is. That feeling, that blissfulness of the spiritual master, that's the beauty of the spiritual master, the greatness of the spiritual master can be experienced by service. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, let's see. Would you like to read the next?
Sounds good.
The next quote. Okay, Hansadutta, many times he would like introduce the lecture, so there's nothing here really, but he just appears here. Before the tape starts, he would say, in India usually that was the service at the house or Dr. Champalabali. These tapes are actually very new. This wasn't published up until like a year or two ago. So it's like the hidden treasures of the database. Many of these lectures are, okay, let's see, is it a substantial conversation? Yeah, okay, there's some talk here between Prabhupada and Hansadutta. If it's indistinct, I just like skip usually.
Okay. Prabhupada, not in New York, you see. Okay, indistinct. Prabhupada. This is Kamsa's business. Always thinking of how to kill Krishna, Ravana's business. Always thinking of how to kill Ram. Therefore, they are demons, and anyone following the principles is a demon. How to kill God, how to make atheism prominent in its place. The present endeavor of the human society is like that. They like Buddhism, as you call. There is no question of God. Therefore, some of them like Buddhism, the same demonism. Hansadutta, yes. Prabhupada. But in a polluted form, that's all, yes. Buddhism, Jainism, yoga, all the Vedanta, they're all demons. Under a different name, they call it. The main purpose is to throw away God and become God himself, that's all. Hansadutta, yes. Prabhupada.
Maybe I can be Hansadutta. No, I can be Mataji.
You want to.
Buddhism?
I
am.
Prabhupada, no, up a little bit. Yeah. Jain, yeah. Buddhism, Jain, yoga, oh, it's just copied twice, okay.
Mataji, can you explain Jainism?
Prabhupada. Jainism is like Buddhism.
Prabhupada doesn't do this.
Mataji, woman.
No.
Joking. Just some of the other people were talking to them like that. I'm just being funny. Ahimsa. Oh, Prabhupada. Ahimsa. Non-violence. outside of the indistinct, that's called this man is put into trouble. But even in that troubled condition, it is not trouble for him. Even if it is trouble, but he does not forget Krishna, that is mistaken.
So the yogis are always thinking that this world is too much trouble. They want to go out?
Yes.
Yeah, continue.
Krishna or the devotees has no such plan. Go out or go in, it doesn't matter. We want to serve, that's all.
Hansadutta. In the Sri Ishopanishad, says that personality of God is perfect and complete, and everything emanates from Him, is also complete in himself, in itself. And because He is the complete whole, remains the complete balance. So does it mean that for a devotee, a pure devotee, everything that is going on either in this world or in the spiritual world is part of the personality of Godhead? Is part of His personality, is that a fact?
Is it part of?
Hansadutta. It is called a personality. In other words, He can take everything personally.
Who?
Hansadutta, the devotee.
Yes.
He accepts everything on a personal basis.
Yes. That boy in New Vrindavan, Busy Bee.
Who?
Busy Bee.
Busy Bee?
Yes.
I've never met him, but I've heard about him. I never met him.
They call him Busy Bee. A busy bee, being there is very nice. Being attached to Nitya Siddha.
There's a devotee in Israel. He lives here now called Nitya Siddha.
Yeah.
Who is Nitya Siddha?
Nitya Siddha.
Who is Nitya Siddha?
Appears in any circumstance. He does not forget Jagannath. He is child and he does not forget Jagannath.
Ravati Nandan is Vishnu Jan's cousin.
Oh yeah. A child, and he does not care for his toys. He is fully engaged only in Jagannath. Wherever he sits down, he puts some, base and puts Jagannath and makes some sweets and charanamrita and some flour. He has all very good attachment for Jagannath worship.
It appears to me that this child is based on its very beginning in the house of Vaishnav or in the company, and he bound to turn out to be a pure devotee. It seems to be total attracted. It seems to be total attracted to Krishna consciousness.
Restless child means very intelligent child.
Yeah, I heard that many times. Restless?
A child who is very restless, or seems to be, is understood to be very intelligent, but the father and mother does not know how to capture it.
The Prabhupada to say it's naughty child. Very intelligent.
Yeah. Otherwise, the sign is restlessness, means he is very intelligent. Don't you see life of Krishna?
Yes.
How much restless he was he? How much restless he? Yeah. Mother Yashoda Mai. This is...
Okay. I hear answer to that. Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a puzzled conversation. Let's find something that may be more consistent. There's a lecture by Hansadutta in Allahabad.
Yeah. I get a kick out of Prabhupada. Sometimes they're asking him questions and he's like, what?
I want to go through the letters.
Who?
Let's find out.
What is it? I don't know, I guess he's just getting them to really be able to formulate their question. They ask the same question, but in 4 or 5 different ways. Oh yeah. He must just really want them to really be able to formulate their question
Okay, here's a letter to Hansadutta. It's from Shamasundar. Ah, yeah, it's from the secretaries. Oh, I don't know. We can read it too. It's usually all these letters. It's from which year is it? I don't understand. Why is it marked? Why I marked the wrong thing. Correspondence here. Okay. Okay, here's letter to Hansadutta. So why it appears only 76? That's fine. That's weird. I think because they wrote Hansadutta, actually he writes his name with N, but many times they write Hamsadutta. Because there's no such name as Hansadutta, but Prabhupada writes his name Hansadutta. When they corrected it. Because that's Hamsa Upanishad.
Yeah.
It's like his name is actually. What? There's no Hamsa. Here we go. My dear Janardan, Hansadutta, Himavati, and Pradyumna. Oh, let's find something specifically for Hansadutta here. For Davan, 1967. Oh wow, it's really early days letter. 15th of August 1967. My dear Hansadutta, please accept my blessings. I'm in due receipt of your letter, 8th of September 67, and I have noted the context carefully. I can see that you are little disturbed in the mind. Don't be. Everything will be all right. By Krishna's grace, we are Krishna's property, but now we are seated in these bodies of Maya. So it is sure that from time to time there will be disturbances, just like I'm experiencing now. So don't worry about it. Just go on chanting Hare Krishna and engage your energy for Krishna in the best way open to you. That's nice. In the best way open to you. I am also very happy to learn that Himavati is going to have a baby. A child is a rare gift given by Krishna, but at the same time a great responsibility. Every parent has the responsibility to see that the child grows up in Krishna consciousness. I know that you understand this and will always make Krishna conscious the center of your home. Now, as to what you should do, there is a number of courses action open to you. First of all, you're a family man, and usually at this point, man must think how to providing for his family and child. So if you like, you can take a job in New York or elsewhere and settle as an ordinary householder like Rupanuga and others. Or if you prefer, you can continue to work within the temple, either in Montreal or wherever there is a sufficient space to accommodate you. But you must think of your health. I already noticed a deterioration when I was in New York, and now you say it has gone worse. That is not good. You must correct it. So do the needful. Above all, don't worry. Krishna will help you. If it's necessary, go to work in order to maintain your wife and family nicely. Krishna will give you all support necessary. At any rate, I shall be back by the end of October, and then everything will be all right. Yeah, they actually lost the child in labor. Himavati didn't give birth. Hansadutta speaks about it in the interview that Purjati did with him. Purjati did like an interview with him in 2017, March. And it's like a 7-hour interview. And he explains there that Himavati was pregnant, but the child was, how do you call it, stillborn, yeah. And Prabhupada, I think it's maybe in the letters too, but Hansadutta told us personally that Prabhupada, he said that the baby didn't had too much to purify, so he went back home, back to Godhead very fast.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's an interesting statement by Prabhupada.
Yeah.
He just had a little bit to purify. But yeah, he has a daughter, I think. He has a daughter, a grown-up daughter. She's like 30, 40. Okay. Satsvarupa and Hansadutta. Okay, here's a letter to Hansadutta. Would you like to read?
Yeah. My dear Hansadutta, please accept my blessings. Thank you for your recent letter. I'm glad to know that you are... Okay. I was moving. I thought somebody came in. You're comfortable in Boston, and that you are engaging your energy there and making nice Krishna prasad. I am also very pleased to know that Himabati is definitely going to have a baby. It is a very wonderful thing, and surely Krishna will bless your home with his presence as both of you and your wife and his sincere servants. The best preparation for coming of the child is just for the parents to remain perfectly Krishna conscious. Yeah. Well, that's what I want to do when one of these days, when I find somebody to impregnate, I want to go to spend 3 months in Govardhan Eco Village and just like do yoga and do a bunch of spiritual projects, service. And there's this really amazing Panchagavya medicine, and just really get everything, 3 months of really getting in much mode of goodness as possible and the spiritual life. And and then at the end, boom, then I gotta impregnate her. Top cherry on it.
Prabhu, Hansadutta just disappeared yesterday. Come on,
Yeah.
let's keep it concise. Just kidding. Yeah, I get your
That'll
point.
be
Yeah,
the
it's a
cherry
serious
on the
thing.
cake. Yes,
It's a
yeah.
serious thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like how Prabhupada mentioned Hansadutta cooking, and I can say from my own experience, he's a really, 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 really good cook. I mean, he was a cook in the Navy, but he showed me actually how to make certain things, and I should have made. Oh, we don't have any butter. That's why it didn't come to my mind to make it. But he taught me these Kartoffel Pancakes. It's like a German dish, which is a Kaddishi dish, and it's so freaking good.
Kartoffel?
Yeah, it's like potato pancakes. You just grate the potatoes and you put tons of butter, and then you just flip it.
Oh yeah.
And it's just potatoes and butter. And after you flip it, you put salt, black salt. That's the best. But I couldn't find any black salt. We supposed to get some pink salt. That's okay too. And hing. And we just got like really good quality hing. So yeah, whenever we have butter, we're gonna offer Hansadutta some nice Kartoffel Pancakes. We finished reading the letter or
No.
Okay.
But we could order some butter from the store.
Sure.
The best preparation for coming of the child is just for the parents to remain perfectly Krishna conscious. And of course, the best means for that is by chanting the holy names and listening to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. I very much appreciate that you enjoy helping to open various centers, and that is certainly laudable on your part. You must fully consider, however, your wife and child. Your first duty now as a householder is to provide nicely for your wife and child. Text missing. Lord to give up fighting. Rather, he was encouraged in his occupation, but at the time he was to do for Krishna. That is the secret of Krishna consciousness, that we all have to become preachers, that we all dedicate our lives, our consciousness, no matter in what capacity, to Lord Krishna. If things can be worked out nicely within the temple, that's all right. or that's right. Yeah, that's all right. But family life requires a certain amount of privacy and convenience, which may not always be available. I'm simply concerned that you be happy and contented, so you can prosecute the most important thing, Krishna consciousness, without being disturbed. Rupanuga and Damodar are both doing nicely in this regard, and I wish the same for you. Your appreciation of my spiritual master is very commendable. One who understands and appreciates the disciplic succession is certainly advanced, and we should always be very careful to give full respect to those who have so carefully handled this divine fruit of transcendental knowledge before us. Even a slight change will spoil it. That is why I have always been so careful to give you only those things which I have heard from my Guru Maharaj. Please extend my blessings to Himavati and others who may be with you. Hope you are all well.
Yeah, I find it so significant because Hansadutta, he got the lifelong trustee document, which makes him the only person who has the right to print Prabhupada's books, actually. And I mean, there's a big story about this, what happened in the 90s and everything, but Prabhupada always, he entrusted him this really, really important document. Why he did that, there's a letter about it, but Hansadutta, there was some weird issue with the inside of ISKCON, and they didn't want to print the books, or they didn't want Hansadutta to print the books, and he just went and he did that. He went and he printed the books, like sort of illegally. Hansadutta in Germany. And then Prabhupada, he just said that he gave him this lifelong trustee document, and Hansadutta asked him why did he do that, and that was years after that incident. And Prabhupada related to that incident, and he said, because you understood the purpose of my mission, of me being here distributing these books, and took it very seriously. And
they didn't want to print books?
There was something there, they didn't want to give him permission to print them. Something was unclear there, some management.
Oh, yeah.
And Hansadutta was just, an anxiety to print the books, and he just wanted to print them.
Yeah.
He was always he has this book called The Black Sheep Swami or something like that. He was always like the black sheep amongst everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So Prabhupada really liked it. He liked it a lot, and he gave him like the only thing he didn't give really to anyone. He made everyone gurus, he made everyone this, made everyone, whatever. But really, like the books, he gave him this sort of like the extra badge.
Yeah.
And
and I guess wanted to protect him from other people trying to be like that with him, so he could have free range to just go ahead with it.
Yeah, and he in the 90s I can even say very confidently he rescued Prabhupada's books, and that's why we still like these KBI books that we have. It's thanks to his endeavor. There's like another thing that they did against him, but there's no need to mention in this class. But he preserved Prabhupada's books and kept them without any changes, like Prabhupada. Like Prabhupada shares here that we have to be very careful to repeat what we heard. Even a slight change can spoil it. So it's like, we don't want to turn to another Christianity, or in terms of like in Christianity there is no even a Bible. It's from the beginning. It's just compilation of writings that were sieved by, I think you're reading the book, right? The Divine or Demoniac, and I think the Srila Prabhu points it out many times how the Bible, it's not, there's no parampara there. There was no disciplic succession, and so we don't want to be like that. And Prabhupada gave us so many tools to stick to his words.
Paul, he was supposed to be considered the 13th apostle or something like that, but he was like a straight up demon. he even took James, Jesus' brother, and threw him off the stairs, so he broke his legs and tried to kill him and all that.
Well, I don't know about the saints, but specifically in terms of writings, there is no writings of Jesus, right? It's just stories, and even if the stories are correct, it was refined by Alexander, right? And then so many people, so many leaders, they took the Bible and they misconstrued that.
Yeah, well,
they dropped things, they added things.
To bring it into the Roman Empire and be able to use it as like a state-owned.
And that's the danger, and that's what Prabhupada points here, that even a slight change can spoil it, and that was practically one of Hansadutta's main services. He preserved these books that Prabhupada approved.
Yeah.
Now, it's very, very doubtful what is going on under the name of editing or republishing. Like Adhira Govinda Prabhu, he spotted a big change in the Chaitanya Charitamrita where they admitted that we changed because it doesn't suit the present understanding in ISKCON. Like what is present understanding? You mean that understanding changes? Did you consult anyone? Did you consult freaking Prabhupada if it's changing? Prabhupada here put the books. And you're saying the understanding is changing, so we will have to change Prabhupada. Like, no, Prabhupada, you cannot say like this. It's not concise anymore with our present philosophy. But why are you even accepting the spiritual master? Why you put Prabhupada on the plot that this is the founder Acharya if you don't adhere to his...
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Let's see. It's another letter to Hansadutta.
So there's some of his disciples or people that are in the movement are following along with him.
Whose disciples?
Prabhupada's. Some of his disciples were deviant, and the people in the movement are deviant, and other people are in line with what he's teaching.
Can you say it again? I'm just
some of the people in the devotee in the Vaishnava community are deviant, and they're causing trouble. And some of the people in the communities, like Hansadutta, are in line and carrying what Prabhupada taught.
Yes, there is this havoc that's created under the grab of editing Prabhupada's books and refining them and republishing them. But like I was saying, Dear Govinda, he spotted a huge change in the books that they admitted that it was done because it doesn't suit their philosophy at the present moment. There is no such thing, present moment. Like, who are they? Are they the founder Acharya? Like, okay, if you go and you make your own institution and write your own books, do whatever you like with the books, but don't touch the books of the pure devotee because it doesn't suit your... It's like, I need to get $1 million and this book doesn't tell me how to get $1 million. So I'm going to put that in there, how to get $1 million, because I really want $1 million. And if you ask me, why did I put it there? Well, because I want $1 million, man. Like, come on, isn't that obvious?
Yeah.
So it doesn't work like that. Spiritual life is means you follow a spiritual master, and what's the use of saying Prabhupada is the founder Acharya, but the books, they don't care about what Prabhupada put there, really. Like, whenever their wing tells them, okay, this doesn't suit me, I'm going to change it. So Prabhupada was very meticulous about it.
Like Dear Govinda was saying that we should form our understanding according to the books, not the other way around.
Yeah, spiritual master. We should challenge, Prabhupada says also, we should challenge our understanding, not the spiritual master's understanding. Like, you come to the physician, and we think in this morning we were discussing that, and you think that the doctor is wrong. So why are you wasting your time and going to the doctor beginning with? Just stay at home, get sick and die, But if you're coming to someone and you're asking him for help, but no, I don't think so, I don't believe you. Like, okay, you don't believe me, so why are you here?
Yeah.
So you read Prabhupada's books, but you don't believe any single word that is there because it doesn't appeal to you. Then why are you even reading the Prabhupada's books, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next letter is from 13th of October 1967. My dear Hansadutta, please accept my blessings. I have received your letter of October 5th. Money is the honey. Goes so far as it is employed for Krishna consciousness. The body is undoubtedly a material vehicle, but when it acts for Krishna consciousness, it becomes spiritualized. By the grace of Krishna, material energy can be transformed to spiritual energy, and spiritual energy is never deteriorated. To be in Krishna consciousness means to be in spiritual energy. Mori my next. Hope you are well. Read the next one.
Hansadutta.
This is from Los Angeles, 11th of January, 1968.
Please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your very encouraging letter dated January 3rd, 1968. Because you are a sincere servant of Krishna, Krishna is giving you gradually facilities to advance in your engagement of Krishna consciousness. I am so glad to learn that now you have a nice apartment of 4 rooms and also a nice job for meeting your all necessary expenses. Take them as benediction from Krishna and utilize them for Krishna consciousness business. If you can provide yourself by independent handwork, then you can give up your present job. Otherwise, you continue with your job, even it is nonsense. The thing is, we must have sufficient time for executing Krishna consciousness business. So you have to select which one will be suitable for you. If you think that by carving Jagannath or painting, you will have sufficient income, it is very nice. Otherwise, do not give up your present job for some future hope. Raya Rama's suggestion to open an ashram is very nice. If it is possible to keep sufficient numbers of cows in the ashram, there can be very nice milk business and may make sufficient income for maintaining one institution for educating children in Krishna consciousness. Actually, the modern educational institutions are different grades of slaughterhouses. If you can open an ideal institution for future children in our association, it will be a great service. Actually, as I have already discussed in my Srimad Bhagavatam, for economic problems, one requires a little land and a few cows. Then the whole economic problem is solved. We should utilize our time for elevating ourselves in Krishna consciousness, than for so-called economic development. If we are satisfied with plain living, with minimum time, and the balanced time is engaged for elevating our Krishna conscious program, then every man can be transferred to Goloka Vrindavan. Just in this very life, the modern civilization has encountered the mode of living, and people are engaged all the time in the matter of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. Both yourself and your wife, Himavati, are a good combination. If you can develop such an institution for future children of the society, outside the society, it will be great service for the humanity. I am sure Krishna will give you more and more intelligence in this matter if you seriously think on the subject by gradual evolution. Offer my blessings to your good wife, and I pray to Krishna for your all-round prosperity. Hope you are both well.
Yeah, Hansadutta, he and Himavati, they were one of the first, Grihastha couples. They joined as Grihasthas, they were married before. And Hansadutta narrates at this Hansadutta Speaks Out series that the Purjan did. And yeah, he was saying that when he met her, like on a first date or something, he came to her mother's house and he said, okay, when are we getting married? Like right away. She's like from the Ukrainian background, and he was born in Berlin. His family immigrated during the Second World War. They escaped and they immigrated to the United States. And yeah, he was like one of the really first responsible householders in Himavati, and he very very exemplary couple.
Yeah, one of the first successful Grihastha couples to live outside of the temple.
Yeah, the devotional couple, one of the first ones.
Thanks.
January 22nd, 1968, from Los Angeles. My dear Hansadutta, please accept my blessings. I acknowledge the receipt of your letter dated January 16th, 1968, and noted the contents with pleasure. The idea of opening an ashram in the near future is certainly a wish of Krishna's. To develop our institution to its fullness, we require such ashram without doubt. Child is the father of man. So this basic principle of any type of life is to instruct the children from the very beginning, Krishna consciousness. Children grow to be the topmost leaders of human society. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the Brahmanas are the head of the social body, and the Kshatriyas are the arms of the social bodies. The Vaishyas are the waist of the social body, and the Shudras are the legs of the social body. The legs may be placed on a lower position than the head, ephemerally, but actually the legs are as important as the head for material maintaining the body as it is. It is not that the legs should not be taken care of and just the head should be taken care of for. But it is a fact that that if there is not a head, it is a dead body. The modern civilization, the head is a dead body. The modern civilization is a sort of social body without a head, or actually, it is a dead body. The body is dead since the very beginning of its birth, and it is the spirit that keeps it moving. Therefore, spiritual enlightenment is the basic principle of civilization. The modern civilization is lacking in that respect, and there are so many disadvantages on account of this deficiency. So we have to grow children to become the head of the human society, and there is a great need for this. I pray, Krishna, that you may give a starting to such an ashrama in full Krishna consciousness in the ashram. There must be grand temple as the deity of the ashram. Another proposal, I want to form a Sankirtan party in which 2 members will play mridanga, 8 will play cymbals, 2 will play on tempura, and 1 on harmonium. Besides that, there will be a leader of the party. That this party will be so trained that exhibitions of our chanting and dancing, along with distribution of prasada, will be performed on the stage. And for this performance, we will sell tickets to the public. It will be known as a spiritual movement. Suppose if we begin it from New York and there is a good response from the public, then our attempt will be successful prior to our traveling all over the world. We will earn money by stage exhibitions and attract attention of the elite public and move from one station to another. A shorter type of this exhibition was held during our television show, and the performance was very much appreciated. So I want to train such a party immediately. I do not know where such training will take place, but I want to do it immediately in my presence. So consult with Brahmananda and others about this proposal. Give me your eternal suggestion about this proposal. I quite approve your plan for manufacture Jagannath and do some profit out of it for maintenance of our temple. Hope you're well. P.S. I think you can save money for this ashrama as much as possible. This ashrama may be named Iskon Nagari or New Vrindavan, and separate may be opened separate account may be opened in the bank. Yeah, sometimes I hear devotees that like criticize like devotional bands and like all these things. The Prabhupada openly, he says here like, yeah, form a band and just perform like musicians and make money for Krishna's service.
Yeah. Yeah, that shelter band, they were quite popular. I want to have him, he's like a big yoga guy now. I want to have him come to Prabhupada 50th Jubilee anniversary. The vice president didn't want him to come because they're punk people. So, but we're saying like Tulsi Gabbard running for president, right? She was 1,000 times more qualified than any of the other people up there. Most of the devotees I heard talk to her, they just shut her right down just because she's a woman, right?
What's the connection?
Well, just you're saying about people speaking down about
like devotional bands. Like there are
bands.
devotional bands that they charge and they make performance like on MTV or YouTube, earning money from the ad revenues. And I get so much criticism like all the time that I'm making money from, I'm turning religion into business, as if they're not prostitutes. Yeah, I'm a prostitute for Krishna. Say what?
Yeah, for sure.
I know shelter.
I think Prabhupada was quite supportive of George Harrison staying as a musician and making devotional music.
Yeah, he was saying he's best uninitiated. I don't remember best or not, but he said he's my uninitiated disciple.
Yeah.
Prabhupada never used that term before. I never heard it.
Yeah.
See, I thought to jump to like a really late letter. I know.
That's why I brought her up. It's just people that they put their opinions.
Let's read
their opinions, and they take some other part of the scripture and use it as an excuse to tear other people down.
Unrighteousness was created to her.
Well, yeah, and some of these bands or whatever. Yeah, to her. Yeah, I heard. You look at the comments on all of her videos. Everybody's just like amazed. Like she's just like an angel.
Yeah, and these devotees, they're just unrightfully, they're just maybe jealous. Maybe they just put her in this like weird position that you experience as, she is just put down.
Didn't see the value in her. Didn't see that she could do it.
Too bad for that.
Far more qualified than
the whole country chanting Tulsi, Tulsi, and they thinking, she's a woman. It's really stupid.
Yeah. Oh, she would be an amazing example for all women out there on how to behave.
So the last letter is actually, it's like a controversial letter. It's not need to read the last letter. It's the July 9th letter. You know what it is?
No. Yeah, is it Prabhupada writing it?
That's actually the July 9th letter. It's confirmed by, it's signed by Prabhupada, but Tamal Krishna Goswami wrote it, but it's like a political letter, really. It's not. Prabhupada appoints Hansadutta there to do something. But let's go to the letter before that. Maybe there's something more kind of like relatable. It's just like an administrational thing, really.
Yeah.
In a sense. Okay, here. I think that's the last one. That shall be the last. Yes. Here, I'm going to give you the honor to read the last letter that Prabhupada wrote to Hansadutta. Prabhu.
Please accept my blessings.
Maharaj. Hansadutta took sannyas, right?
Yeah.
It's from September 11, 1976. Prabhupada, he left the body 14th of November. So that's 2 months prior.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated 8 September 1976 and have noted the contents. On your recommendation, I am accepting David Davidson as my first initiated disciple. His name shall be Vishnu Datta Das. Also, on your recommendation, I am accepting Prajana Das Brahmachari as my second initiated disciple, and the thread is found enclosed. You may see me for the mantra. Both may have a fire sacrifice as you may find it convenient. Did you read this before?
No, I didn't actually read all the letters, but yeah, it's just a recommendation letter. Let's find something more. You say?
Oh, because I thought it was written by Hansadutta for a second.
I know
it's accept my blessings.
It's Prabhupada.
Yeah, I am in due receipt of your letters. The condition on your recommendation. I am accepting Davidson as my first initiated disciple. His name. But it seems like the way that it's written, it's written like it's Hansadutta.
Hansadutta writing that.
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
On your recommendation, I am accepting David as my first initiated disciple.
So it appears to you that Hansadutta wrote it because I am in due receipt. As I understand the expression, I am in due receipt is like I reply to your letter from September.
Okay, so he's it. Yeah, so I guess he's doing. Yeah, so he's doing. He's doing. This is when he started. He's talking about the Rivik initiation. That's
I don't know who was the retreat there, but who did
Rivik style, right?
Yeah, well, this style was going on from like pretty much from 1971.
Oh, 71.
72.
Okay.
The last letter, Prabhupada actually.
I didn't know. It kind of almost seemed like Hansadutta accepting. Like it's kind of confusing. It kind of seems like Hansadutta is accepting his own disciples.
What do you think so?
Well, I'm trying to understand what the context of it is, right? Because
it says also on your recommendation, I am accepting Ranjan as my
second
initiated disciple.
Yeah.
Pretty clear to me.
Oh, my first initiated disciple. Okay. Yeah, so I guess he's talking about it as in that they did one yagya for these two, or they did it. He did a yagya.
Well, what happens here? I'm going to explain to the audience. Prabhupada, he would not be present in all the yagyas and all. He would not even chant on the beads many times. So he would give it to the person who would be in charge of the particular facility. So in this case, it's Hansadutta. And Hansadutta will tell Prabhupada, these guys are ready. Can you accept them? And Prabhupada said, yes, I trust you. Go ahead and do the initiation.
Yeah.
Very simple. Actually. It doesn't mean that Hansadutta is like their spiritual master now and takes their karma.
No, I was just because it said my first initiated. So I just wanted
first initiated, as I understand it, it
means like that event.
From my understanding, first initiated means like my first initiated. Like there's a first initiation, right? And then there's another.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My first,
the other
and then
guy's getting a second initiation.
Yeah, and the other guy's.
Yeah.
There's like a Brahman initiation, so that's the second initiation. Prabhupada's English is sometimes it's different, but yeah. For me, it's a pretty clear cut. I mean, Prabhupada, first of all, he's he's fully competent of accepting disciples. Like, why would he?
Yeah, I was just confused by the way that it was all written. Trying to understand.
Yeah, it's Prabhupada's letters. Like here. I made a search specifically from the 6,854 correspondence letters that Prabhupada, either he approved them or he wrote himself starting from 1947 to Gandhi, all the way up to the last letter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know he's completely capable. I've seen the video of him speaking his last words, and even in that condition, he's 100% conscious, completely unaffected by the situation. Yeah.
I was looking for something more philosophical. Okay, philosophy questions. Because this is just like a management thing. Okay, here's this is May 29th. Prabhupada to the 28th of May, he officially said that he's leaving the planet. So maybe it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
My dear Hansadutta Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I'm due in receipt to your letter dated May 20th, 1976. And I've noted the contents with care. You were there in Kurukshetra when Mr. Gupta, the chief minister, verbally agreed to grant us land and support. You should personally negotiate with Mr. Gupta and Chaitanya Guru. It is not so important to deal with him. I wrote one letter to Gopal Krishna dated 20th of May 1976, wherein I mentioned that we must have the land all in one piece. Not some of this side and some on the canal and some on the other side. If the government gives us 30 acres, which was proposed to me by Gopal Krishna, in one piece, then we can attempt. If the land next to the Bengali temple is too small, we are not particularly anxious to construct next to the Bengali temple, but we must have the land in one piece sufficient for our purpose. Also, I will require a sketch on the viable land, giving length and breadth. But you should personally do the transaction with the chief minister. Don't depend on Chaitanya Guru. Chaitanya Guru can remain in Chandigarh for now. Was the house there given to us or simply given for us, for our use? In any case, you should guide him as he requires guidance and vigilance. I know Lokanath Swami is very nice. I'm glad to know that he is doing nicely. So far your program is concerned, do not worry about that Gargamuni Maharaj's party is doing more books. I heard about from Gargamuni. They had a transcendental competition because Gargamuni was doing library party in India at the same time. And Gargamuni and Hansadutta and Brahmananda was always like almost fist fighting. I don't know if it's like a German and Jewish battle, but I think so. There's something there. He has remarks like that about Jews sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Both of you are doing very nicely. So in Solan, if possible, take the offer by the Babaji. Land in that part of the country is very nice, which is with nice climate also. Yes, it will be a very good idea if he can give over the ashram to us. How will you keep the buses in India? Please let me know. As a sannyasi, you are competent to spend the rest of your life traveling and preaching. Continue this way with determination. I hope that this meets you in good health. Some nice instructions there. Okay, I kind of want to do another one, like a philosophical one. Okay. No, that's the same one. Same one. Okay, here.
Vrindavan, April 2nd, 1976, Mayapur. My dear Hansadutta Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letters dated March 29 and March 30th, 1976, and I have noted the contents with care concerning your need for some competent Hindi-speaking devotees to assist the village program. I am authorizing that Lokanath Swami can go with the buses. Also, I am aware of the shortage of manpower at Mayapur, and I am sanctioning Bhavananda Maharaj to do the needful and also for some men to go from here, but whether they actually are being sent. Okay. but whether they are being sent. If it is possible for you to come to Vrindavan immediately, that is all right. You can manage conjointly with Gopal Krishna by correspondence. So on Himavati's engagement is so far Himavati's engagement is concerned, she is organizing the nursery here in Vrindavan for the young children. There is a meeting with one minister of Haryana, and if it is favorable, we may be given some land in Kurukshetra area. It may then be necessary for me to attend one large function there in late April if we are given the land. Anyway, however, nothing is fixed up yet. Otherwise, if my presence in Kurukshetra is not needed, I will be flying to Bombay the morning of April 12th, and then leaving for Australia, Fiji, and Hawaii about the 18th of April. I hope this meets you in good health.
Jai. Yeah, Hansadutta is showing concern about his wife. He's separated from his wife, and he makes sure that she's well. It's nice. Prabhupada too, like he didn't leave his family to starve. He makes sure that the children are competent, and I think he would even send the money at some point.
Oh yeah.
There's a conversation that with Vrindavan Das, Prabhupada's older son, and he wants more money.
Oh yeah.
Prabhupada, because Vrindavan Das at that time, he's already like 60.
Oh yeah.
50, at least 50. It's like Vanaprast age.
That's funny.
And Prabhupada tells him, just join. You're a Vanaprastha. I'm in your age. I left you.
Yeah.
And he asks Prabhupada to give him more money, and it's kind of really bewildering conversation.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I kind of take it too as like an example how it's not so easy to be a pure devotee in the material world, so it's like not just sweet interactions all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Prabhupada wasn't necessarily so excited to take money from the movement to facilitate his son extending his postponing his Vanaprast.
Yeah, he told him it's in Vrindavan, and it's in the last month. I have a refined collection of recordings from the last month.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada just tells him, just stay here. Don't go anywhere. No, don't go. Just why you want to take you don't take the money anywhere. Just stay here. Like they're gonna take care of him. He's with Brahmacharya. He's gonna leave the body, go back home back to God.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, so he was staying in the Vrindavan temple at that time.
The last month, Prabhupada spent.
No.
Prabhupada, I think he didn't move anywhere from. Some point he went to Rishikesh.
No, but I mean his son.
So no, he went back. He didn't.
Oh, he came there directly.
Yeah, he came there and he was asking Prabhupada for money.
Oh, okay.
And Prabhupada just tells him, just be like you should be a Vanaprastha. 50, he's 50. Prabhupada got his first child when he was 22. So they have only 22 years difference. Prabhupada left his body when he was 82. So 60 even. Let's read something from the middle. Okay, 1973. I want to get this philosophical. There are some letters. Hansadutta asks something really, really deep, and Prabhupada is like, don't tell it to anyone.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's one of these. My dear Hansadutta, please accept my blessings. It's a letter from Sydney, 17th of February, 1973. While in India last, it was brought to my attention that our Srimad Hayagriva has become deviated from the four principles. Oh my God. Nagriva is the first editor of the books. I have given to all my students for adherence to when they are first initiated. I do not know why he is living in such a way, but I feel that he must be brought back to the standard immediately. So I am required you as my governing board or commissioner to help me bring him back to the standard. He has very good talent, but he is spending it by living such unrestricted life. Therefore, in the meantime, there must be another co-editor of Back to Godhead magazine to replace him. I have discussed this with Manutvis Maharaj here in Australia, and he has suggested that Hridayadhyumna Swami, Das Goswami, could be a good man for the job. I have not made any decision, but I would like you to discuss this amongst yourself and send me your conclusion. I cannot stress this point enough that we must handle this publication Back to God very nicely, for it is one of the most important aspects of our society. So you will please do the needful in the regard, and please contact me soon.
Yeah, that's who it is, the one hungry. That's Indrajuna Swami. Pretty sure. Hungry community.
Indrajuna Swami?
I'm pretty sure he's the one that's looking after was telling him about the farm community in Hungary. I'm pretty sure that's him. Where he's care.
Right.
I was trying to remember his name.
I like how Prabhupada, he's like, Prabhupada is never like, you do this, or he always like leaves it up to us to decide for ourselves, and you like, discuss it amongst yourself, and send me your conclusion. I just today, actually in the morning, I read this one letter. Prabhupada was saying, some devotees were asking him, Prabhupada, who of us should go to work, who should go on book distribution, and who should, it's like a very, it's letters, I'm reading the letters from 69, so the movement didn't even start. Devotees are like in apartment temples and things like that. And Prabhupada is like telling them, why are you involving me in these things? You just do what you consider to be the most proper. Prabhupada is like, he is accepted as good as God, but he's not like utilizing that.
Yeah, he wants them to be able to think with their own discretion.
Yeah. Okay.
Not tax his brain with all these problems.
Yes. So I'll be glad to continue, but I have some other obligations today. Thank you so much, everyone who watched the rebroadcast. See you the next time. Till then, Hansadutta, Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Tagora Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.